Sorry. Ugh. Shit. Ugh. Sorry, I was distracted. Ugh. Fell asleep during a pile of shit again. Oh, yeah. Strangers, Chapter 1, which I've already did a rant on. And oh, go back and look at that rant. Maybe it wasn't my best moment. But let me tell you, the movie is nowhere near as good as the original. The original is not even that good. In fact, the best film in the whole franchise of Strangers is 2 Strangers Pray at Night from 2008. Yeah, call me crazy, but it is the best one. There's more suspense, there's more action. I can tolerate the characters more because there's not as much stupidity. It's just a better movie, all in all. But yeah, I did fall asleep before I started this shit. Yeah. Ugh. Sorry. Ugh. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking around. But I wanted to talk a little bit about these movies, compare them a little bit, do a ranking, and just say how I feel about it. I'm very passionate about horror films, as you can see behind me. I'm very passionate about horror and cups, apparently. Um, but this new Strangers, Chapter 1, I wanted to re-review it. I wanted to give it a new review, talk about it a little bit more, and why I did not like it before. There are things I missed. People got mad at me. Okay, boo-hoo. It was a carbon copy of the original movie with worse actors. Take away Liv Tyler. Take away Scott Speedman. It was still fucking bad. What do we know about the guy character? He loves cheeseburgers. Okay, he drips on himself. What did we find out about the girl when she hears strange noises and she has a really strange feeling when her boyfriend leaves her in the cabin alone, or whatever type of thing, a country home resort, a fucking, I don't, it's not a cabin, it's a fucking home, it's a house in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of absolutely fucking nowhere. So her boyfriend leaves her boyfriend leaves her there to go and do something. I don't remember what quite, but it was still stupid, especially after he already had a weird feeling. He leaves her there, and her first instinct, after hearing strange noises and being alone by herself, is to, let's take a shower, let's blow dry my hair. So yeah, she does her little makeover, and there is the fucking killer in the house, slowly stalking her. Like, no brain. And I've ranted on this already. Maybe it wasn't my best rant because there are things I missed and I wasn't in the greatest condition from lack of sleep, which, yeah, that's pretty common with me. But, yeah, no, Strangers Chapter 1 was a pile of shit. It was a pile of dog shit. I stand by that statement. Strangers 1. I mean, if you hear strange noises in the middle of the night and you're home alone and you feel like somebody's watching you, are you gonna go blow dry your fucking hair? Are you? Tell me right now. Tell me. It just. Bad writing. Bad. It was bad writing to do that. Our characters could have been smarter. They barely knew how to work a gun. When they got a gun, they lost it. The coolest thing we saw was the strangers like to hang dead bodies above tables. From what I remember, that was the coolest effect I saw. There was not anything cool. There was no gore bits. I wouldn't go into this expecting a lot of gore or slasher killing. It's not that good. Like, it's just not. It was very boring, very bland. The actress was what I said in my previous video, a Bella Thorne ripoff, and the guy was a Jimmy Steve off Shameless ripoff. Except worse actresses, whatever. Yes, I got some shit for that, and I'm probably gonna get shit for this. But that's my thoughts on that film. I don't think they were that good. I don't think the movie was that good. I just thought it lacked a lot. It lacked something. It lacked a sort of suspense feeling. It just lacked. It lacked. And the characters were stupid as fuck. And I can't even begin to explain, like, I didn't even want to, like, rant, technically. We can do so much better. I mean, this was a film that was made in 2024, 2023, whatever. Okay, close enough. It was a film that was made, like, it was made. You'd think that writing would get better, maybe a little bit more witty, maybe have some decent dialogue in there. We did not have any good dialogue. There was nothing decent about the dialogue whatsoever. It was just very boring. The whole thing was boring. It sucked. I'm sorry, it fucking sucked. You can cry about it all you want. It sucked. It sucked. It fucking sucked. Strangers Chapter 1 fucking sucked. It sucked. Obviously, the original is better with, Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler. And this is based on a true story, of course, we find out. They say it is. Based on a true story. The Strangers. What they really mean is the Manson family. That's what they really mean. When they say it's based on a true story, they mean the Mansons. Of course, there was another great film that came out that was much better called Wolves at the Door from 2010. Check that out. A great Charles Manson film about the not creepy crawlers. Was it creepy crawlers? They called themselves creepy crawlers. And the documentary that I watched on Helter Skelter, it was on a horror DVD that I owned from Walmart. I watched the documentary, and the Manson family, they went into people's houses and they moved shit around. They moved the couch, they moved the furniture, they moved everything all over the place. And they called themselves the Creepy Crawlers, I think, or something like that. Well, that's what they did in Wolves at the Door from 2010. I believe it was 2010, I believe. I could be mistaken. Wow, I was off. That was 2016. But yeah, no, it's a movie from 2016 that was about the Manson family and how they killed and stalked Sharon Tate, who was a famous celebrity and pregnant, and they cut her baby out. Yeah, no, that's a way better movie than this, but watch that one. Wolves at the Door, 2016. But yeah, no, the original one, the original Strangers, it's fine. I have no issues much. Scott Speedman does a good job. Liv Tyler does a good job. I don't have a problem with the cast. It's just that newer one is a fucking carbon copy, but this one's better. Scott Speedman is obviously very natural in his performance, and Liv Tyler is very natural in her performance. They just feel natural, like a couple you'd see walking down the street, and they look very, very real together. Um, it just feels like someone you'd see together for real, and they act naturally. They act like realistic. The acting is good, to to make it more clear. Um, yeah, no, the first movie it's good, but it's just like still kind of bland. When you watch it, and the first time I watched it, I was expecting more, but what it lacks in suspense, it makes up for in creepiness, because we see a creepy girl standing outside their house watching them. Scott Speedman. Scott Speedman's like, who just stands there and watches somebody's house? It was something along those lines, like, who just stands there and watches somebody's house? And the girl standing out there with her mask on, watching the house, does the same thing as she did in Strangers Pray at Night, which I'll get to. Is Tamara home? Is Tamara home? Yeah, that's the fucking famous line in this movie, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, she knocks on the door. She asks if Tamara's home. Of course, they don't know. They're fucking clueless to what's going on. And, the whole thing is just them having couple problems, and their friend comes, who's a guy, and he gets killed, and they're tied up in the house, and it's just like not really eventful. There's no suspense, there's no fighting. Scott Speedman doesn't get to be a lead, really, and he looks like he could be a lead. He does. Watch Animal Kingdom, the TV series Animal Kingdom. He's a great lead. Watch Underworld. That's vampire, but I expected a little bit more from Scott Speedman's character. Maybe put up a bit of a fight. I do believe he dies. I do believe that they both die, actually. And then at the end, we see the strangers in their masks. And there's Jehovah's Witness kids or something. They were handing a fucking church fucking card. I don't know. A church invitation to them. And that's the ending. And there was no suspense. There was nothing. There was nothing to it. There was. The actors were good. At least that has that going for it. The actors were good, so it has that. Scott Speedman, I like him in Animal Kingdom. Liv Tyler, she was great in Armageddon. Jersey Girl. They were both good in that. There just wasn't much going on in the movie. There wasn't enough for them to. I couldn't root for these characters because the whole time the characters were fucking tied up. So how am I supposed to root for them if they're fucking tied up? I can't. And it takes away the fun. It does. It takes away the fun when someone's tied up way too soon and there's nothing for them to do. There's no action. Like, when I watch House of Wax, for example, Chad Michael Murray, who's a dick in the beginning of the movie, turns out to be pretty cool. And he's like fighting the mass killer, and he's fighting the brothers, and he sort of redeems himself, becomes better. He's the evil twin, his sister is the good twin. He fights back, he kicks ass, and they survive. Okay, I can get down with that. That's awesome. It wasn't the case with this. And of course, it's a true story, but it's really based on the Manson family, not about the strangers. That's what they mean when they say a true story. The Charles Manson family. But not much was happening. They were tied up the whole time, so kind of boring. It's just not my cup of tea. It's good creepiness, and I like creepiness. I do. I love creepiness, but when I think of a good suspenseful horror flick, what really comes to mind mostly is Strangers Prey at Night, a fairly underrated, underlooked sequel. That which got a 5.3 out of 5.3 on IMDb, a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, 48% on the Metacritic. I don't mind this film. I love this film. I actually really fucking love this movie. I love this fucking movie. I've talked about it once before. I love the way this movie is done from 2018. The cast was well done. The action was great. The suspense was fucking there. In a good way. There were moments where it almost reminded me of the 80s. Because there's like 80s. There's like a major 80s vibes to it. Like, for example, at the end when, well, not just that scene, but sorry, sorry. I want to get that girl's name. Dude, they're gonna make a Strangers Chapter 3 too. I don't know about that. I don't know. How far can you go? I mean, there were a lot of wrong turn movies, but that worked because there was gore and there was good effects and you had crazy cannibals and you could laugh at it a little bit. I mean, I don't know how you would make a. I don't know. But yeah, no. I just don't know how I. Oh. It's just like. Okay. There are things that remind me of the fucking 80s in the movie, and I'll give it that. And the suspense is very good, and there's actually actual chase scenes that are actual survival horror feeling. Like, we'll see Kinsey, the character who's played by Bailey Madison, the actress, who at the end she's running from the vehicle, and the vehicle's chasing her down the road, and we get this dark shot, and the vehicle's like on fire, and it kind of reminds you of Christine, the movie, where it's like on fire and it's following her, and then at the very end we get a sort of a, I want to say a homage or a nod, a head nod of respect, like, hey, we respect you, bro. Yeah, we get a head nod of respect to fucking Leatherface, the original movie, where she jumps on the back of a fucking pickup truck. The pickup truck takes off, and the killer's chasing her. Actually, I believe she smacks him over the fucking head with a bat, but it still feels like that with the way she's screaming in the truck and the way the camera work is. And we sort of like see the point of view. We see her point of view as the truck is taking off, and she's screaming still, covered in blood. So it reminds you of those two movies, Christine and Leatherface. That's kind of funny. It was like a nod of respect. So, um, funny though, those two movies and those two shots, it was great. It was really well done, actually. You know, Bailey Madison did a good job. She was in a few Adam Sandler films, other stuff too. Luke, who plays her brother, Lewis Pullman. Christina Hendricks, Cindy, who is the mother, she dies fairly quick. Spoilers, sorry. The father, I know I recognize the guy. Martin Henderson, who plays Mike, the father. And yeah, no, he dies pretty quick, which is a very big shame because he's He's the guy who gets the gun, and we think he'll be the lead at some point. Like, he'll be the badass dad or whatever. Like, oh, that's a total dad move. Oh, look at that. No, no, it doesn't turn out that way for him, sadly. No, it does not. It does not. Disappointing, really. His death was bad. It was bad. It was sad. It was sad. Strangers chapter. Strangers Pray at Night. Sorry, Pray at Night is a good movie. In fact, it's a good It's a good standalone slasher movie. It's a good standalone one. Like, never mind the other ones. Okay, you could watch the original if you want to. It's there. I mean, it's kind of bland. There's not much to it. There's no fight scenes or anything. It's lacking in some departments, but I really think that the one that stands out the most is this one, Pray at Night. I do, and a lot of people agree with me. Actually, I think more people agree with me than disagree. But I think that we have some Strangers Chapter 1 simps too, so to speak. But I just love, and let's not forget, the iconic fucking pool scene. Fucking iconic. Everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say fucking pool scene, don't they? Because they all screamed in the fucking theater. That's why. When I was in the theater watching this, we all fucking screamed. It was like, "Ah, get him, motherfucker!" Because he was like this close. Literally that fucking close. Luke gets fucking pulled into the water and stabbed to death, and luckily his sister finds him. And you got the fucking music from, I know that song, Making Love Out of Nothing at All. Da, 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 da. It was like that. It was Air Supply, yeah. You have Air Supply in there, and that's kind of funny. But in a weird way, it kind of set a certain vibe that made it work. And they even have Air Supply going when the car is chasing the girl, and it's on fire, and it works. It like totally fucking works. It's all very impressive the way it's done and the way it's shot, with the music, all of it, 100%. I love this fucking movie. I love it. I'm saying that right now. This is a good movie. I would not bother with the other ones. I would not. They're okay for like a first time watch. Okay. This one is a good movie to watch a couple 10 times. The pool scene is iconic. Everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say the pool scene, with Air Supply on the radio and the light comes up. The lights are all brightly lit, and we see Luke kill one of the fucking masked members, and the other guy comes out and he kills the female, is what it is, Dollface, I think, and he's like, I killed one of yours because you killed my. No, he was like, you killed one of mine. Well, I killed one of fucking yours. And that was cool. That was a cool sort of there was sort of a vendetta between the characters that was kind of intriguing. It made it very intriguing, and it made me want to root. I rooted for Luke a lot, which I'm not going to root for the killer, but I'm just saying that I rooted for Luke a lot. I was able to feel that. The movie gave me the advantage to want to root for Luke and root for Kinsey. I wanted to root for these characters because I gave a shit, because I knew their story a little bit, and we got some brother and sister time between them, and it was bonding, and it was sweet, and there were moments that were very charming between them, and it sort of reminded me of when I was a kid with my sisters, you know. Yeah, no, the great movie, Strangers Prey at Night, and I'm gonna get laughed at probably, but a lot of people are gonna agree with me probably. My ranking of the Strangers films would easily be Strangers Prey at Night, Strangers the original, then Strangers Chapter 1, going in that order. I wouldn't show anybody Strangers Chapter 1 because you don't learn jack shit from it other than being fucking stupid. Hey, let's hear a strange noise. Whoa, where's my fucking blow dryer? Like, really? Like, what the fuck? Okay, dude. I'm done getting mad here. Just. That's my ranking. I'm gonna rank Strangers. The Strangers Prey at Night. That's higher than its Strangers the original, then Strangers Chapter 1. Which, with a trilogy, it's pretty simple to do a ranking. I wouldn't even call it a ranking. It's just like a, well, one's a pile of shit and one's blah and one's fucking awesome. So, I don't really have much else to say. You know, one could have been a lot better. I mean, you had Scott Speedman there, who's already a good actor. You don't do anything with him, barely. And you don't do anything with Liv Tyler other than they have this whole cheating thing. They have a relationship problem. They have a relationship issue. Okay. It's not as powerful as the brother and sister. The brother and sister dynamic always fucking wins with me. The duo, it was intense with House of Wax. It was intense with Friday the 13th, 2009. It was intense with a lot more movies. A lot of movies did it. A lot of them did it. I'm trying to remember. There were a few more that did that one. There were a few more that yes, See No Evil. It was See No Evil 2 though, with Danielle Harris in the morgue, and her brother goes there. There was another one though. I swear to God, there was a fucking another one. I swear. I think House of Wax might have been the best one, but yeah, you let me know how you feel down below about these movies. What would your ranking be? You know, do you like Strangers Chapter 1? If so, why? It was kind of bland. Um, Now, other people might say, oh, it didn't make me mad. It didn't bother me. No, this bothered me. The movie bothered me. I'm sorry, you don't blow dry your hair when you hear strange noises. You just, it's unheard of. It's unheard of, literally. But yeah, no. Strangers Prey at Night is my favorite fucking Strangers movie. So, and you know, in fact, they should just stop because I know they're gonna do a fourth one. You know what? They should just stop. They've already fucked it up. Stop it. Just stop. Stop making shitty fucking prequels and sequels. I guess prequels mostly, since Strangers Prey at no, not Strangers Prey at Night. Strangers Chapter 1 was a prequel, so that was like before. Um, Dude, I don't know, man. If you have good ideas, okay, but It just was. It was very blasé. It was like I was watching the same carbon copy of the first film with Strangers Chapter One. It was like the first film, but with worse actors, and there wasn't much to them. Uh, I knew the guy loved cheeseburgers. Okay, that's cool. What are you? You fucking Dean Winchester? Okay. Well, well, Dean would probably put up a better fight, but yeah, no, that's my review of these movies and my thought process on them. And if you don't agree, that's okay. I don't get mad at anybody for disagreeing. If you don't like them, then leave me your thoughts. If you do like them, leave me your thoughts. You know, I personally love the second film. I love the middle film, 100%. Thank you, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you, all.